Take me to the depths of your soul, where your corners kill the empty void.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to today's Artist Highlight interview meeting. Today we have Chicken Wing Joe with us today. What's going on, man?
It's me, nothing much.
Yeah. All right, so the first thing, where'd the name come from? Chicken Wing Joe.
Oh, man. It's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
That was given to me when I made Instagram. I made it like 3 years ago because I was late to the game.
Okay.
And my then girlfriend at the time just picked the name.
That's
and was
hilarious.
like, "It's gonna be your name." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah. So it had nothing to do with like growing up. Like you never had like.
No, I thought that you couldn't I thought you couldn't change the username of your Instagram, but then someone told me that you can.
Yeah.
So that I know I'm gonna maybe try to make it something that actually. But I don't know, Chicken Wing Joe. Something about it just.
Something about it, man.
I don't know. Yeah, I like it. It has nothing to do with me, but maybe that's what I like about it.
That's awesome. I love it. That's gonna be like the top band name buying albums and all.
Oh
that
yeah.
Stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that'll be my first album, Chicken Wing. Yeah.
There we go. Love it. Cool. All right, man. So tell me. So you're a musician.
Yes.
So what got you into music? What do you play? You know.
First of all, my dad has been a drummer for years, like probably on to 40 plus years. He's been forever. Like he's been playing music professionally since as long as he can remember. In my family, in my dad's side of the family particularly, there's some, like my abuela was into choirs a lot, so she was into music. Growing up, there was like the way that my dad raised the household was he would just leave instruments around and that like his kids would like be like, "Oh, what sound does this make?" And so one of the first things that I picked up was the guitar when I was like 2 or 3, and so the guitar has been a pretty big constant of mine. Like that's been the most influential instrument for me. But since then, I branched out to when we got a piano. I started playing piano. I played drums when I was little, and I've kept with that. And from there, I would just like pick up little instruments like ukulele or bass or mandolin or I played clarinet for like half a year in high school. That was kind of fun. So yeah, music has just been. It's been my I don't know where I'd be without it. It's been my life pretty much since the start.
I love it, man. So is your dad? Does he still perform? Or,
yeah. He performs a lot in the. Well, I mean now not really, but. But yeah, he performs a lot in the Chicagoland area. He plays at lots of bars and clubs and different music venues. And I would regularly like go out to where I got a lot of my music experience from was just, sometimes nobody would be at home and he has to go to a gig and he's like, "All right, you're coming to a bar with me. We got to play a show and I can't leave you at home." So like be the one like 14-year-old kid sitting at a bar with a root beer, like that's my dad up there.
Right. That's cool, man. That's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah. And then for anyone who's watching this right now, maybe a little later, we're actually shooting this right now in June 2020. And right now there is a global pandemic that's going around at the moment, which is why, Joe and I are kind of mentioning the fact that not many people and artists are performing at this time. Yeah. So that's why we're starting artist courses. We're doing music minutes, just having the platform online for a lot of artists to, still perform. And then also right now we're doing interviews, artist highlight interviews. So that's kind of what's going on right now. But yeah, dudes, even mentioning that right now. So how's that been going for you? This has been kind of since March, like mid-March, right?
Yeah. It's been a real culture shock in a way, because I went from I was at the dorms on my college campus. I was on my own. I was getting to a groove of things, and it was a crazy halt. Like it wasn't even something that gradually developed. It was like 1 week things where the dorms were fine. We were all hanging out there. And not 5 days later, half of the people there were gone. And so things were just shutting down.
Do you live where your dorm is? Like, are you in the same? Like, what school do you go to?
I go to USC downtown.
Oh yeah, man, that's where I graduated, bro.
Really? Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
awesome. I started this first year. I was a theater major because I got theater in high school.
Yeah.
Something about like music just kept calling. So actually, this semester I'm going to be a jazz studies major.
Yes, dude. Oh man, don't even get me started. I'm interviewing you, but I'm like getting all nostalgic now. I'm like the theater building. Oh, I was always in there.
Oh my God. It's a
architect.
crazy building. And it's a weird building because I love being there. I love the energy.
Yeah.
But like, it's a bunker. Like I lose track of time of day whenever I'm there. It's crazy.
Amazing, dude. I took a jazz class there with Professor Orbert Davis. He's over the Chicago Jazz Philharmonic, and he was an instructor at Columbia, and he was also at UIC at one point.
Okay.
Man, I was already deep into my program. Like it was like junior, senior year. And I was like, man, I should have, done music because that's music and art are my two things.
Yeah.
I've done music, you know what I'm saying? But then it was like too late. I wasn't trying to like still be in school. But now, we're just like, yo, we're just gonna start our own, music business here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Awesome, man. So what building were you staying in at UIC?
I was staying at Courtyard, which I actually really enjoyed. Like, a lot of my friends stayed in the Arc, the new flashy building.
Across the street, yeah.
Yep. And it's nice, but it kind of felt like a hotel. Like I felt like it felt temporary, like it was. Courtyard is like, I had one of the biggest rooms, so like we had people over a lot. We had like a crash pad for a lot of people. So
what floor are you on? Because I was an RA at Courtyard.
Oh, I was third floor.
I was third floor. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh
my God!
I gotta ask my wife, but I'm pretty sure I was room. I think it was 318. It was an RA room on the corner before you go to that little kitchen. As you have to walk down the hall to go over to Commons West.
With the little bridge that leads to
Commons. Little bridge, and it's a small little tiny kitchen right there.
I'm 327B. The kitchen was literally like 10 feet away from my door.
Yeah, this is crazy.
It's crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah, man. I love it. So my first year I was at JST. That was the first year it opened.
Oh yeah, I had some friends down there.
Yeah, 2007 it opened. And then I was on West Campus. SSR, I think. I don't know. Yeah, SSR, I think it was called. And then I was at Courtyard the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love Courtyard.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
This is great.
But yeah, man. So did you have to do like a big haul, like super quick to take all your stuff out, or you still got some stuff there, or how did it work?
Oh, I've got pretty much all my stuff out. I actually it was a bit easier than I expected. Like it was all one trip. Bringing I had gotten a TV while I was at campus, so bringing that was a bit worrisome because I didn't really know how to put it in the car. That ended up being fine.
Okay, good.
It wasn't too big of a haul. I miss it like crazy though. That was a new home for me. So
I feel you. Yeah, man. So I saw some of your stuff on your Instagram, and I noticed you were singing with someone, and you put on their UIC. So that's when I kind of in my head I was like, oh, does he go to UIC? So
yeah.
Yeah.
That friend of mine doesn't go to UIC, but she wanted to make some music, so I invited her over. It was like, come on, we'll make some music.
Yeah, that's awesome. So mostly on your page you do cover songs, but you're also a singer-songwriter as well. Because you played California. What was the name of it?
California Sunshine. Yeah.
California Sunshine. So you wrote that one. Do you have any other originals that you've been writing?
Yeah, I have some originals I've been putting up on my SoundCloud. I've recently I've taken a break from art that is like particular to me because of the civil rights movement that's going on right now. I've been putting a lot of my focus and energy into reposting and into putting out resources and donating and signing and trying to put a lot of energy into the Black Lives Matter movement. So I have been taking a little bit of a hiatus from putting up anything just to further myself as an artist. If I put out anything, I would want it to be about what's going on right now.
And these are awesome times to even just write. Not necessarily producing or recording anything per se, but just kind of getting all of these thoughts out, because it's one of those things where you realize that it never left, but stuff has just kind of just been on the under, you know what I'm saying? And has been resurfaced and everything. And yeah, man, it's wild. So it's like, it's really a lot going on right now.
It is
with
really a lot.
With the pandemic, it's just like, we come into this year just like, oh, this is gonna be, 2020 just sounds so cool. 2020. And it's just like, man, it's just like so much is going down. It's like, it's insane. But yeah, this is definitely a time where we're enjoying family, and just really just trying to see it. Because I put a status the other day. I'm like, we learned about a lot of nonsense in school about history, or a lot of stuff was omitted from what we learned in history.
Yeah.
I'm like, are there some raw, authentic history readings to really know American history specifically?
Yeah.
To know how all of this went down, because it's a mess, man.
It is. And it's. I feel, and a part of me feels kind of bad just because, like, I think it was like, it was Will Smith who was like, this hasn't gotten worse. It's just gotten filmed more. Like, it's been under the surface the whole time. And y'all just been like going about, and like, this wasn't something intentional. It wasn't ever like I was ignoring it intentionally. It's just, I was completely unaware of the like real extent of how bad and how long it's been.
Yeah.
And it's because of how I was taught, how we were taught, like the kind of stuff that's omitted from history classes, just because like, let's skate over. We don't have to talk about that part.
Yeah. I can't even remember back. I was trying to remember back. I was thinking this morning, I'm like, when did we first start learning about, the slavery? And I can't remember what my reaction was at that time. I know we were really young. But I think it kind of just felt like something that we just kind of skimmed over a little bit, like, oh, Native Americans, just kind of touched base on it, but we didn't really talk about the depth of it, or like the idea of like, we're all humans and we're putting others above and under and stuff. It was like, man, it's insane.
Oh yeah, I remember specifically like in the middle of my grade school career when we started kind of learning about that stuff. The book we would have, it'd be like 1 or 2 pages.
Yeah, right.
Slavery, and then but then like the Revolutionary War, stuff about the founding fathers. They got like 30 pages,
full chapters.
Each guy, like, yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, we're just praying that God turns all of this around, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, dude. But so one of our mutual friends, which is I think how we kind of connected, Emily.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I went to high school with her.
You went to high school? Okay, I was wondering. I was like, how do you know Emily?
Yeah.
Now, I know in high school she had that play, and it looks like you were in that play as well.
Yes.
She had invited us to it. My wife and I, she invited. We weren't able to make it. It was like a Saturday or Sunday, a weekend event thing. But yeah, dude. So that means you're into music and you're into acting, is it?
Yeah, I was, when I was in my early high school career, I was in choir by my sophomore year because I did the talent show my freshman year.
Okay.
And the choir teacher at the time saw me, and he came up to me and he was like, "You're joining choir next year, right?" And I was like, "What?" He goes, No, let me rephrase that. "You're joining choir next year." I was like,
right.
So I joined choir, and then through that, there were people in the choir that were in the theater department. So they were like, "Hey, you should audition for the musical, which was In the Heights, coming up." And I was like, "Oh, I've never acted in my life." Like, it's fun. I was like, "Okay." So I auditioned.
Yeah. I
got the main part, and a little unprepared me. I was like, "Oh, all right." And there, like, it just like after that, I think after that there wasn't a single show that I like wasn't in some way a part of for the rest of my high school career. So it was so much work, but it was great, and I really enjoyed the experience. It was a place in which I really I opened up in terms of a performer. Like, I got a lot more comfortable being myself on stage, and like with the way that my body looks when I'm on stage, I'm a lot more self-aware. But as I got into college, I kept going with theater, and I was doing these acting classes, and it was fun, but like something about it just like wasn't ringing with me. And I realized it when like I enjoyed being in my Latin American music history class more than I enjoyed being in my acting class. And not that I still really enjoy acting. It's just a lot of the rudiments and the strategies and procedures that were set up for us in acting. It didn't really ring with me.
Yeah.
And I always found myself enjoying my time more if I was like playing music, if I went to the music department and like grabbed one of the piano rooms and sat and practiced there. So yeah, but I definitely like acting is still something I really enjoy. Just like super serious, like process kind of acting, it didn't stick with me.
Yeah. And that's how it is for a lot of creatives like us. There's these kind of rules set in place, and we're always trying to break out or be like, well, why? Or what if I did it like this? Or what if we think about it like this? And we're always trying to tweak things, you know? Even sometimes like my kids, they like run around and they're like throwing something or tapping something that's just random, like a bottle or whatever the case. And I'm sitting here like, yo, that sounds like a good beat. Like, you know, and I'll pull out my phone and just like record the sound. And I may throw it in a track later when we do like a song or something, you know, just like all these, conventional things. Yeah. That's awesome, dude. Cool. So like, what do you want to, so your major right now is music, or what is?
Yes, it is. Going into jazz studies major. So I'm focusing mainly on the vocal track. So I'll be having private. I don't know if you during your time there, if you ever knew a professor named Cheryl Wilson.
What's her first name?
Cheryl.
Maybe. Has she been there for a while?
Yeah, she has. She's actually, I think I may be confusing her with someone else, but from the talks that I've heard from people in the department, she's like a pretty heavily involved like jazz and R&B singer in Chicago, and has done a lot of singing for really big groups. So
nice.
I feel like I'll be taking vocal lessons with her. And then on the side, I'll try to take like, little guitar improvisation classes or piano just to keep up on the other instruments. So I considered leaving theater as a minor, but something about me just said like, go all the way music, like just put all energy into it. So that's what I'm going to be focusing fully on music next year.
I love it, man. That's awesome. And then how are your parents as far as supporting? Because, a lot of times when we go into the arts, some parents will be like, oh, I know like my dad specifically way back in the day, he's like, he did law and like a lawyer and all. He wanted me to, I'm like, that's not even, my brain isn't even wired for that. Like, I just sing and write, how are your parents and your family as far as supporting that vision of yours or that dream of yours?
Oh, I mean, my dad, absolutely. My dad went to he went to the Boston Jazz Conservatory. And so he's like, for theater, he was already supportive. Like he thought that I was good at it, and he was like, if you really want to do it, go for it. I told him that I was switching to jazz studies. He told all of his friends that he played regularly, and they were all like, yeah, he's yeah. Awesome. So yeah, my dad, my stepmom, all my parents, they're pretty supportive of it, and I'm glad because I have like a number of friends who were in the theater department at UIC, and their parents were all still kind of like, I don't know, there's not really money in it. So I'm lucky that I have that amount of support from my parents.
Yeah, man. And another reason we do this, like even just to interview you guys, is because we have our students. So, starving artist courses, we're teaching, music. So we want all of our students to look up to you guys and be like, don't believe the lies. It's literally straight up lies. Like, oh, there's no money or there's no career in the arts and stuff. It's like, it just blows my mind when people say that, because you listen to artists every day. You watch TV every day. The car you drive was designed by someone. The building you're in was constructed by. It's like, how does that even, get into our minds? Because people are afraid to venture out into something that's just, it can be a little scary.
Yeah.
But dude, if that's your passion, like those doors are going to be open.
It's definitely not as clean cut and absolutely secure as like if you got a law degree or if you got went into business marketing. Like there's immediate, definite, but like there is something for, like, if you got the passion, if you have the fire for it, there is something for you in the arts and music.
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't just, it can't only just, you know, pay off in literal terms and you being able to live. It can, like, it pays off in here. Like it's so, like, soul enriching to be able just the idea of being able to, like, make a living off of doing something that, like, makes me want to get up every morning. Like that's it. And if you've got that dream, if you have that fire to push for it, it's worth it, more than worth it.
Yeah, man. I love it. That's awesome. So yeah, so you want to, so with your degree, you want to continue to write in like in the jazz type genre, perform, start a band, solo.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. I'm trying to get together. Me and a friend of mine are trying to get some people together to start a band. So when quarantine's over, we can, like, hit the ground running. And I was a little on the fence between regular, like, just straight up music performance and jazz. But I talked with the head of the music department. Like, all right, if you're into, like, classical music, only classical, then you should go for the music performance. But if you're into, like, literally anything else, then jazz is probably for you. And I do, like, I really enjoy jazz. Classic rock has always been more my cup of tea. Like, that's just what what my dad raised me on, what I've always listened to. So I'm really excited to get the chance to experiment more with jazz, because I haven't really had the chance. But definitely, like, once I graduate, I just want to keep on going, like, just keep on making music, doing whatever I can. And I want to stay in Chicago. A lot of my friends are like, I want to leave Chicago. I'm like, do you see this city? Do you see
it? Where are you from?
I do not want to leave.
Yeah. Where are you from?
I was born in Nashville, Tennessee.
Perfect.
And exactly. See? Yeah. And I was there for, like, I was only there till I was, like, 2. My dad lived in Chicago and my mother lived in Nashville. They were separated when I was born. But then, like, you know, me being a baby, having to fly back and forth between Nashville and Chicago, it got a little strenuous. So Mom moved to Chicago, and she's been out in the suburbs for most of her life. So my dad in the city, my mom in the burbs. And so I've just pretty much, like, I like to say that I was born in Nashville, but, like, I didn't even live there long enough to be like, oh, yeah, I remember going to this place when I was.
Right. Have you been there since?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've gone back a bunch of times just to visit family. Since my grandma used to live out there, but she, in her age, she has needed my mom to take care of her. So she's moved out to Schaumburg with my mom. So because of that, there's been less frequent trips to go out there, just because, like, my mom's mom is here. She's not all the way out in Nashville. So but definitely, like, I have been there a number of times. And the one thing I always remember is, like, I love Chicago, but, like, being down in Nashville, there's streets where you walk down and every single bar is complete, like, their walls are open and there's just music literally pouring into the streets.
Dude, it's, like, amazing. We went 2 years ago. And I was telling my wife, I was like, we got to move out here. I love it. We got to move out here.
Oh, you know? It's real great. Yeah.
It was awesome.
It's fantastic.
Cool, dude. Yeah, man. So, I mean, we have, we shoot our lessons from here in this room. This is our, studio space here at the instruments, the kit.
Nice. There it is. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So, like, if you ever needed to track and you're here in Chicago, let us know, man. Because you
I would love to.
And,
I would love to, yeah. That's been, like, recorded. I forgot to, you asked this earlier, I forgot to touch on it. You recording, like, during quarantine especially has been pretty weird for me. I was working with a friend to work in his studio before quarantine came around. So, I have a few of my own original songs on my SoundCloud. I have a Simple, a song called Little Green Boy, Don't You Cry, and Hello World. And those are 4 songs that I was going to put out California Sunshine. That's been all recorded and mixed and it's ready to go.
Yeah, that's good.
Wait on that one.
Yep.
But literally, like, all the recording I've done has just been like on my phone, like use GarageBands. I have a thing that I can plug my guitar into an adapter that goes into it, like all of it on my phone. It's not ideal in any sense of the word.
Oh, dude, nah, you whip out that phone. As soon as the thought comes, record it, man. That thing will fly away, I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
There's been times I'll be laying down and like a lyric or just a melody will come. And I'm just so tired, I don't get up. I'm like, I'll just do it in the morning. I wake up, it's gone. I'm like, you gotta record that stuff, you know?
Oh my God. I did it. I was getting into the shower the other day and I was like, I got an idea. I was like, oh, I got a song. And I opened my phone, I recorded, I just played, I went, and I got out of the shower and I couldn't even remember it 5 minutes later.
Dude, I know.
Thank God I recorded it.
Yep. Yeah, man. Yeah, so it's good. So thank God for these phones and stuff, you know?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, dude. So people can find your music as of right now pretty much on SoundCloud, right?
Yeah.
What's your SoundCloud?
My SoundCloud is Joe Dowd. It should be a little picture of a young
wing
lad in a fedora, which would be me when I was a kid.
No, it's not a chicken wing.
Oh no, it's just Joe Dowd. Yeah, chicken wing is particular to the Instagram. I'll consider opening up the brand to other avenues, but we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Nice, man. So pretty much, guys, I'm going to post Joe's links, all of his links in the description below on this video. So I want you guys to check those out. Do you have any last things you want to say, bro, in regards to anything for the students, the world?
I think, right now, like, especially right now, like with what's going on, we need people right now. We need people to come together right now and fight, because what's happening right now, it like unacceptable doesn't really begin to describe the extent to what's going on right now. So we need people, we need voices, we need art, we need people to be heard. We need as many people as we can to try to bring about change in this country. It's been too long for there have to been no change at all.
Yeah.
So we need it right now. We need you right now.
Yeah, man. Oh, man, I really appreciate that, dude. Such an honor talking to you, man, and hopefully we connect soon once this is over.
You kidding me?
Dude, we're so close. Like, now I know I can just come on campus and say, hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, USC, anytime. Come on down. Right, find me in the music building.
my wife, she's going to be like, when she watches this, she's going to be like, oh, do I just keep trying to get back to USC?
Yeah. Come back. We miss you, bro.
All right. But yeah, dude, thank you so much. Honor talking to you.
Thank you.
And we'll talk soon, man. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much. You have a good one.
How you too?
We can lose our track of time, but the morning